Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Josh, and this is your stimulus check update for the next stimulus package for Thursday, January 28th. I hope everyone is off to a good and safe start to their Thursday so far. In this video, I'll be discussing updates in regards to the current relief package and the third stimulus check. I'll also be discussing the $2,000 direct payments, the different options Congress is looking at as far as relief goes, and then I'll be wrapping up this video by answering some of the comments and questions that I received in my previous video. But first, if you would remember to click a like in this video, give me a big thumbs up. It really just helps with the YouTube algorithm in terms of pushing this video out to other viewers like you, and hopefully helping other people like you as well. Okay, so with millions of Americans struggling to get back on their feet, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell said there's nothing more important to the economy right now than getting people vaccinated. While that may be true in the long term in getting people back to work and experiencing some sort of normalcy, obviously more help will be needed. At a news conference, Powell said, quote, "That is really the main thing about the economy is getting the pandemic under control, getting everyone vaccinated, getting people wearing masks, and all that. That's the single most important economic growth policy that we can have." This statement by Powell, of course, came just moments after Biden urged Congress to pass his $1.9 trillion relief package, saying that they won't be able to reach their goal of vaccinating everyone unless Congress passes the deal. In Biden's package, it includes $160 billion for a national vaccine program, which includes $20 billion for distribution and $50 billion for expanded testing. One lawmaker, as I covered in one of my recent videos, even proposed making Americans get vaccinated in order to receive the next stimulus check of $1,400. Now, this is obviously a wildly radical proposal that would never go through, so not to worry. There's almost zero chance they would force Americans to get vaccinated in order to receive the next payment. The amount of backlash they would receive would be just absolutely astounding. One thing that might be questionable that I could see happening, however, is forcing kids to get vaccinated in order to be eligible for the public school system. One superintendent for a school district in Los Angeles is already saying that once the vaccine is widely available for children, they will be required for students in order to attend classes. This superintendent is saying that taking this vaccine will be no different than being vaccinated for measles and mumps in order to show up on campus. Now, I'm sure if this ends up being the case, we could see a lot of parents removing their kids from the public school system and changing over to private schools. With that said, do you believe that it's a good idea for public schools to force kids to get vaccinated in order to return to the classroom? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. At this point, aid for vaccines has been one of the most bipartisan issues, so it's definitely something that we'll see in this upcoming relief package. There's even talks of lawmakers passing a skinny deal quickly that would include aid for vaccine distribution and a third stimulus check before passing a bigger one through reconciliation. Since the reconciliation process will more than likely be a long one, taking at least 6 weeks, they would like to pass a smaller package sooner in order to get aid for vaccine distribution. Along with that, as mentioned, they would also increase the direct payments for Americans from the last round, sending an additional $1,400. These two issues, in large part, would be considered bipartisan, and there shouldn't be too much trouble in getting at least 60 votes in the Senate. Back when Biden was first inaugurated, Florida Senator Marco Rubio sent Biden a letter urging him to ask Congress to pass a standalone bill for $2,000 checks. So this would sort of be his idea, but they would just be adding money for vaccines as well. Also, not long ago, when Republicans still had the majority in the Senate, House Democrats tried passing the Cash Act, which was a standalone bill to increase the direct payments up to $2,000. Now that Democrats have control over both chambers in Congress, in addition to the White House, it may make sense to attempt passing that bill through once again. This time around, unlike the last time, we wouldn't have Mitch McConnell blocking the bill from even being voted on. Instead, though, it looks like their attention at this point is focusing on the broader package, Trump's impeachment, and most recently, increasing the federal minimum wage up to $15 per hour. Being that more than likely, because of the Byrd rule, the increase in the federal minimum wage to $15 per hour will be removed from Biden's proposal, Congress will try to push it through anyways. In their proposal, it would increase to $15 per hour by the year 2025 and then each year after that be adjusted according to the median wage growth. So it should be real interesting to see how Congress prioritizes everything with all the different things they have at hand, but we'll just have to wait and see. At the moment, they're still hoping to pass a bill with Republican support, but more than likely, they're only going to give them a couple weeks to get on board with their plan. After that, they will move forward with reconciliation, where they hope to have a bill passed by the middle of March. With that said, while we wait on our lawmakers to get something done, all we can continue to do is hang in there, stay strong, and hope for the best. Okay, so at this point in time, I'm going to move right along to answering some of the comments and questions that I received in my previous video. And if you do have any other comments or questions for me, please feel free to leave them in the comment section below. I do try to answer as many of the comments and questions as I possibly can, but for those comments and questions I'm not able to respond to, I do try to pick some of the more popular ones to answer in the next video in video form. Okay, so without further ado, let me go ahead and jump into the first comment of today's video, which is from Joseph. Joseph says, didn't President Biden say he wanted the unemployment benefits to be extended until September? Okay, thank you so much for your question, Joseph. And yes, in Joe Biden's proposal, he does have the unemployment benefits being extended through the end of September at $400 per week. So not only are they being extended another 6 months, but they're also being increased by $100 per week as well. Of course, it's quite possible that by the time this bill actually passes, this number changes, but I'll definitely make sure to keep you updated. Okay, moving along to the next comment of today's video, which is from James. James says, do we have to pay federal taxes on our stimulus checks? Okay, thank you so much for your comment, James, and no, these direct payments are not taxable. Instead, they are actually considered an advance refundable tax credit. This means that instead of waiting to file your tax returns to claim the credit and then receiving the money as a refund, you're instead being fronted the money by the IRS. This is also why, in some cases, people are unfortunately needing to claim the money as a credit on their tax returns if they don't receive the money in time. Now, as far as the other stimulus benefits go, such as federal unemployment, those benefits would be taxable. However, I always recommend that people have those taxes taken out up front just to avoid an unexpected tax bill at the end of the year. Okay, moving along to the next comment of today's video, which is from Jackie. Jackie says, I have a brother who does owe child support, but he is now married to a different woman, and she didn't get any stimulus because they took hers for his child support that was owed by him, not by her. Okay, thank you so much for your comment, Jackie, and I'm very sorry that your sister-in-law had her payment garnished as well. In this case, spouses of those who had pass-through child support and therefore had their checks garnished also had their payments garnished as well. However, this should have only been temporary, and the IRS should still send her the $1,200 payment. Per the IRS website, eligible spouses who submitted Form 8379, which is the injured spouse allocation form, along with their 2019 federal income tax return, or in some cases, their 2018 tax return, would receive the payment in the mail. Additionally, they also mentioned that even if you don't submit the form with your tax return, you should still receive your payment automatically. Although they didn't issue any specific timelines, I would think that she should have received it by now. At this point, since she hasn't, she should be able to claim a $1,200 credit on the tax returns that she files this year. And even though I'm sure she would have much rather have received this money earlier on, receiving it as a tax refund will certainly be better than never receiving it at all. Okay, moving along to the next comment of today's video, which is from Kimberly. Kimberly says, 2 questions. First, how's it looking for an extension on the unemployment benefits? My second question is, how hard is it to file taxes without income? Okay, thank you so much for your questions, and first off, there's a very strong chance that the unemployment benefits will be extended. This is a bipartisan issue, and currently in Joe Biden's proposal, he has them being extended through the end of September at $400 per week. Even though this number can certainly change, as I mentioned, more than likely, being that it is a bipartisan issue, it'll most definitely be extended. As far as your second question goes, even if you didn't earn any income, I think you'll find it fairly easy to file a tax return. Even though there are accountants offering services to help you file, there are also many free services out there as well. Now, I don't have any tax services that I personally recommend, but I think you'll find the process to be incredibly easy once you get started. Most of them will walk you through the entire process, and a lot of them even have customer service support in case you have any questions along the way. With that said, even though I'm not a CPA, if you do happen to have any questions on filling out your tax returns, please feel free to ask, and I'll do the best that I can using my own personal experience. Alright, so on that note, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this video. If you did enjoy the content in this video and you'd like to see more videos like it, please consider subscribing to my YouTube channel. It is completely free to do so, and it's a great support to me. Also, if you'd like to receive 4 free stocks from Webull, with 2 of them valued all the way up to $1,600 each, or 1 free stock from Robinhood, just for signing up and linking your bank account, please feel free to claim those free stocks by clicking the link in the description box below. And finally, if you join Rakuten with my referral link in the description box below and spend at least $20, Rakuten will give you $20 cash back. This means that you can buy an item through Rakuten with one of their referral links, such as Nike, for $20, which would be right around $22 after tax, and Rakuten will give you $20 just for making that purchase. This is just an incredible deal that I would love for everyone to take advantage of. Okay, so until next time, I'll see you guys, and I hope you have a great day today.